Hey everybody, this is Andrew Peak with Do You Convert, and today's video will be on Google UTM Parameters, why you should use it, how it works, and how to get started. So first, why would you use it? The number one reason is you'll be able to more easily track all of your marketing efforts from different advertising sources within one tool, and for almost all of us that will be Google Analytics. And the second reason is when you're tracking those results, you'll be using the same tool to measure those. If you're on Facebook and AdWords and then Zillow, if you look at how many clicks you get, it might actually be different in analytics compared to what's being reported on that advertising source. So by using the same tool for everybody, you can more easily have a more fair comparison among all these different traffic sources. And so that will let you have more consolidated reporting and analysis, so it will save you tons of time. You imagine being able to go into analytics and very quickly seeing what is going on with all of your traffic sources. And this is needed if you saw the last video in setting up those custom channels within analytics. So here's what a beautiful UTM URL looks like. If you look at the very bottom down here, we have qualityhomebuilder.com, and then anything after and including that question mark, so UTM source equals Facebook, UTM campaign equals community, and medium equals paid social. That is all the Google UTM parameters. So starting from the top, you have the campaign source. Typically that is the broadest definition of where that traffic is coming from. The campaign name, that could be, in this example down here, that's a community campaign. It could also be a broad market. It could be email. It could be remarketing. And then you have the medium. Typically that'd be email, CPC, be paid socials, what we use for Facebook. Anything that is as far as how those ads or that link was being delivered to that possible prospect and buyer. And then the fourth and fifth parameter, typically they're not used. If you do want to use them, feel free, but they could just make this process more complex. But they are UTM term. That's almost always used with Google AdWords or Bing traffic if you're running Bing. Then content, that could be used if you're testing different ads against the same campaign source and medium. So getting started, your first step is to create a big giant list of all your advertising sources and then the types of ads or options you have. So Facebook, we're probably almost familiar with the Facebook options. You have Facebook, you have engagement campaigns, you have video campaigns, you have remarketing, and then you might have community campaigns within those, or sub-market campaigns, or lead generation campaigns. And then your second step is to develop a very consistent naming convention. That way you're able to compare year over year or quarter over quarter, and you're calling everything the same name. That way you aren't having to figure out well, what does this report mean? One day we call it paid social, the next day we call it paid Facebook, and then the next week we just call it Facebook. And it's all the same traffic. So you really need to have a very consistent naming convention to be able to keep yourself organized and save you tons of time when you are reviewing results or building reports. And then your last and final step is to actually go ahead and create those URLs and update the URLs on all of your advertising platforms. It sounds very time consuming, but just go ahead and plug this into the next time you update your ads or have an update. So say you update Facebook ads every 8 weeks. Just wait until the next 8-week period to update your URLs. And when you create these UTM URLs, you can use the Google URL Builder, which is what a lot of people use. Or we came up with a more efficient way using Excel. We built the Do You Convert UTM Builder tool. And if you opt into our newsletter, we will send that out to everybody that opts into that. So let's go ahead and find some of these UTMs out in the real world, and you can see exactly how they work. All right, here we go. Here is a Google UTM URL out in the real world. Let's see how it works. So here's a Facebook ad by Tuscas Home. Very cool ad, very engaging. So if I go ahead and pretend like I am a possible buyer, so I'll click on the ad, and this takes us straight to the website. And as you can see, this is for homes in the Easton area. So this is a sub-market page that we are being taken to from the ad. Here is the base URL here. And then everything after the question mark is the UTM section of that URL. So you can see the source was Facebook. The campaign was sub-market in Easton. Awesome. And then the medium was paid social. Very cool. And I'll jump over to analytics now and show you what that looks like real time with us on the website. You have the real time section and analytics. You can see all the traffic currently on your website. And you can see this is us right here. So we have paid socials medium, source is Facebook. That is us. Very cool. So what if you want to look at all of your data? Say you got UTM set up at the beginning of the month, and a couple weeks later or even 3 or 4 days later you want to check on everything. Here's how you would do that. You click on acquisition, and then underneath campaigns, have the submenu open there. Click all campaigns. And here's the default report. You need to take it a step further and add a secondary dimension of source and medium. So just click that drop down and then type in source. You can see it gives you all the options here, and then add source medium. And there you go. There are all the UTM URLs and all the tracked traffic sources you have and in analytics. So final step, let me show you how to create the URLs just like Tuscas Homes did. So let's say you were sending traffic to this page from, we'll mimic this setup. It's Facebook, submarket is Easton, and the medium is paid social. Here is the Google URL tool. So you just put in the URL and then the source. I'm going to call that Facebook. Medium would be paid social. Campaign name is submarket Easton. There we go. And again, we're not using term or content. We just don't really have a need to. And here is the URL. So you could copy it with that button or just copy and paste here. And that's using the Google URL tool. And here's what that looks like using the Do Convert UTM Builder. So we would need this URL here. Let's do a clean example. Paste it right there. Source name is Facebook. The submarket is, the campaign is submarket Easton. And the medium is paid social. And here is the URL. And here's why I like this tool, because you could drag all those down. Let's say you had a big list of all your submarkets and everybody was Facebook. And everybody was paid social. And then you had different submarket names. Submarket, and then you had Poconos, and then on. And here are all your beautiful UTM URLs. So if you have any questions on any of this, feel free to reach out. I'll be more than happy to help you out. Thanks.